Greg Shoemaker, TriState Football. I'm here at Cooper with head coach Randy Borchers. The Jaguars went 12-3 last year, made it to the state championship game, only to fall to Bowling Green. And man, a lot of expectations. You guys weren't expected to get that far this year, but a lot of guys returning. Randy, tell us a little bit about the difference between last year going into the season and this preseason.
I think one of the big things is confidence. These guys are coming in with a lot of confidence now. The good thing is it's not arrogance. I mean, they're coming in every day working. They're being coached. They're taking the coaching, but they're coming in with a little bit of a swagger to them. You know, last year we had a lot of question marks coming in, and we still have some question marks this year, but we had a lot of question marks coming in last year. We really wasn't sure what our identity was going to be offensively. It took us a while to kind of figure that out. Defensively, it took us a while to figure things out in the trenches and that. So it took us a while. We feel like we got a lot of kids back this year that played for us last year. We got almost all of our production offensively back, so that's really going to help us on that side of the ball. Defensively, our biggest question mark is how do you replace Jack Loninger? In my opinion, he was one of the best ball players up here in Northern Kentucky last year. And he's a kid that we're not going to be able to replace. We're going to have 2 or 3 kids kind of take the duties he took last year, but he's going to be our biggest question mark. Then offensively, we lost. We had a lot of questions last year on the offensive line coming into the season. It took us really a pretty good amount of time to get going offensively, and we're kind of in the same boat this year on the offensive line. We lost 3 starters last year, so that's going to be our biggest question mark, and we got to really try to work and get that figured out, and be able to have time to get the ball to our playmakers.
When you have so many guys coming back, and I know you can push them, but when you say they're that coachable, talk about how easy it is to sort of push them, and they're not realizing it, but yet you're getting out of them what you could.
Yeah, the thing is with these kids coming in, I think the thing that we got right now that we haven't had in the past is depth. We got a lot of kids that are interchangeable. So, if a kid comes in and he's not giving his all, or he wants to come in and he's had a bad day or just isn't really focused, we can easily replace him that day. In years past, our guys know we didn't have kids to replace them, so they could kind of get by with some things and they do their run play. This year, I think there's that kind of competitiveness. The kids are pushing each other, and the kids behind them are pushing the kids in front of them to make them even better, because if not, they're going to be replaced.
I want to ask you one last question here. I want you to reflect. I mean, the first time you went to the state championship game was 12 years ago, and then you get back, that hiatus in between. Now that you've had time to think about it, give us your reflections on how hard it is and to get there, and how much appreciation.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember back in 2012, we were sitting there that week, and I remember looking at our coaches and said, man, try to enjoy this, because this is not an easy feat, especially when you're up in 5A and 6A, because there's so many good teams. And then we kind of we had a chance 2 years later, and then we kind of took a downward spiral for a couple of years, and it really made it even more special. And I think getting back to it this time really put into perspective on kind of how hard it really is to get here. Last year we were under the radar. After the Ryle game, and especially after the Highlands game, everyone pretty much wrote us off, so we were able to kind of stay under the radar. We really had no pressure on us the whole year. I think more than likely we were the underdogs in most of the playoff games, so our kids could just come in and play. There was no pressure, and it's a little different this year. So, we obviously want to get back there, but right now our thing is we just want to continue to get better every week and be playing our best ball come playoff time, and then hopefully get an opportunity to make another run and get some breaks.
There you go, Randy Borchers, the head coach of the Cooper Jaguars.